Is this recording? Oh, okay. I know this technology. Today we're reading from the Bhagavad Gita, the daily verse, the daily Gita verse. It's from chapter 1, text 8. I'll read the translation. Duryodhana is talking to his teacher Dronacharya, and he says, "There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta called Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle." This verse brings, at least in my mind, 2 points that we can learn from. The first is that Duryodhana has amassed or has brought to his side these powerful personalities, Bhishma, Karna, and so on. This is something we can learn. There's not many things we can learn from Duryodhana, but this is one thing we can learn from him. He has, for his own nefarious reasons, brought together the most powerful warriors of his time. Now, of course, the Pandavas, they're the 5 brothers. They have their sons and their family members that are helping them. But Duryodhana has done more than just brought his own family members to his side. He has brought persons from around the world to join his side in the battle. This is something we can learn from, is that when we're set out on a goal, a mission, a project, to surround ourselves with the people most likely to help us succeed. The people that Duryodhana has brought to his side are some of the most powerful warriors on the face of the planet. We should do the same when we're developing, creating, putting together, or moving towards a particular project or goal in our life, be it a short-term, intermediate, or long-term goal, is to tirelessly seek out and bring to our side those that can help us achieve our goals and to help us succeed in our goals. The flip side of that is Duryodhana has brought to his side persons, Bhishma and Kripa. These are personalities that are not just great warriors in their own right. They are high-minded, spiritually advanced personalities. This is something we have to be aware of in our own lives. If we are, we have to make sure we are not susceptible to being drawn into the circle of influence of persons who are not principled, persons who are not able to help us in our own development, personal, spiritual, and no matter what way we look at this. Because you see, Bhishma, Karna, these personalities were drawn into Duryodhana's influence, and they ended up basically end up in their own destruction. We have to make sure that we do not allow ourselves to fall into the same trap of others. People try to co-opt us, get us involved in their ventures, their activities, their projects, their goals, but they're not in keeping with our personal principles. We have to be very, very aware of the company we keep. We have to be very, very aware and not allow ourselves to be manipulated into situations that are to our spiritual and personal detriment. And sometimes it's very, very hard. As we can see, Duryodhana was a master at getting people to his side, getting people to come to his side, even though it was not in their best interest. So these are the 2 points we can take from this particular verse. That when we have a vision, a goal, a mission we're trying to achieve, whether it's the short term, intermediate, or long term, we have to surround ourselves, as Duryodhana did, with personalities, the most powerful personalities, who can help us achieve that goal. It is very remarkable what Duryodhana has done here. He's brought together the most powerful people in the world to his side. We should learn from that, not to try to go it alone, try to create things without seeking the help and the assistance of others, the cooperation of others. We should learn this from Duryodhana. As I mentioned, there's not too much we can learn from him, but at least this one thing we can learn from Duryodhana. He knew what he wanted, the destruction of the Pandavas, and he got together as many people as he could that can help him in his goal. We should do this as well. Bring together as many people to help us in our life's projects, goals, and mission. And the flip side is not to be drawn into nefarious activities, not to be drawn into the company of persons who are leading us down a path that is not to our well-being, right? To not be sucked into like these other personalities were sucked into, unfortunately, Duryodhana's schemes to destroy the Pandavas. So this is the lessons I take from this particular verse. Tomorrow we'll go on to verse number 9 of the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita.